Why, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm going to discuss the books that I read in July and the books that I plan on reading in August. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. So this was a really fast read for me. I think I read it in like a day. Very intense book. It's driven by a mystery, so I discussed it in my July favorites. It's actually the favorite book I read this month. So I also did a book review that will be going up in the future. But anyway, this was a really great book. I recommend it if you are in a reading slump or just whenever. Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. So this was a really cute, fluffy romance that kind of has a fairy tale aspect to it. So I really liked it. I also filmed a book review on it that will be going up in the future, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it is the companion novel to Off the Page, which I really want to read off the page. It's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. So this book, I mean, I don't know. Okay, what should I say? So I did a review on it also, which will also be going up. I filmed a lot of reviews, you guys, like all in one day. So anyway, it was not what I expected. Unfortunately, I did guess the twist before it happened. I didn't enjoy it as much as maybe I could have if I hadn't been like trying to figure it out. Which sometimes that ruins like the reading experience for me, is when I'm like, okay, well this could possibly be the twist, like nah. And then when I'm right, I'm like, well, there you go. It was an interesting book. I really liked the cohesion between the text and the photographs that are incorporated into the story. So that's a really unique thing about this book, that it's more interesting than just having illustrations because they are real photographs. This month I also read The Beginning of Everything. That's the title, okay, just making sure. The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider. I first heard about this book from Ingrid Nilsson and then heard about it again from Esty Button. And they both seemed to like it, so I read it and I did enjoy it. It was pretty heartwarming, kind of a more realistic book, so more of a John Green-esque book. I also did a book review on this that will be going up, so you'll hear more about my thoughts on this book. The other two books that I read this month were Cinder. I just checked to make sure I was holding up the right one. Cinder and Scarlet. So I read them back to back. It took me like 10 hours-ish to read Cinder, and then I read Scarlet the next day. I liked them. I did. I didn't film book reviews on them, so I also don't want to film a book review of them until I've read Cress and Fairest. So I think if I review them, I will review all the books that are out kind of at the same time. So what I liked about these books is that they are fairy tale retellings, but not in the way that you would think. So Cinder is a cyborg, and that's cool, like just by itself. So basically there's a lot going on in these stories. It's the Lunar Chronicles, I guess I didn't say that. A lot of action. There is some romance. There are aliens. They were quick reads. I think with Cinder, it took me a while to actually get into the story. There was some world building that had to be done, which I understand, so that's why I got Scarlet, because I needed to continue the story. And I haven't picked up Cress yet because I felt kind of guilty that I had bought all these other books that it needed to be read. So when those are all done, I would love to pick up Cress, because I hear that is the best one in the compilation, the Chronicles, so far. Those are the books that I read in July. And for the books that I will be reading in August, I am still reading the last book that was in my July book haul, and that is Bridget Jones' Diary. For some reason, it's taking me a while to get through it because I guess I'm really not in this mode. Like, I'm not in the mode for this kind of genre. So it is funny. It is very much the same tone as the movie, so I am enjoying that, but I guess I'm just craving more like Lunar Chronicles maybe, or I really want to start reading The Mortal Instruments. So I think that's kind of like the book reading mode that I'm in, is I want some like action fantasy sort of type thing. I don't know. So anyway, but I'm about a third of the way through, so this will be the first book that I finish in August. I also really want to read Wild by Cheryl Strayed. It's a nonfiction, and I've just been really wanting to read it. I've been going through a sort of crisis, I guess, which is typical for people in their early 20s, and I don't know, I have a feeling that this will help me. Okay, what else? Oh, the next two books are on my Nook, and one of them is The Fiery Cross, which is the 5th book in the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. I really loved Outlander so much. It is the best book in the series so far that I have read, and I mean, it's obviously going to be the best. And then the next one was Dragonfly and Amber, which started off kind of slowly, but the last half of it was really good. I read the first 4 books in the Outlander series back to back, and on my Nook, they were each about 1,000 pages, if not more. And I know the hard copies are a little bit less than that, but still, these are some hefty books. So I just, Voyager was so good, so good. Such a huge book, but I read it in 3 days, so I could not put it down. And then Drums of Autumn was slower, like all the way through. So even then, I was kind of burnt out on the series, and I should not have started The Fiery Cross, but I did. I got a couple hundred pages into it, and it just, I don't know. I guess I'm just burnt out. I was burnt out on the series, so I just stopped it, and I started reading all these other books instead, and I have this guilt about it because I hate leaving books unfinished, so I really need to finish it, and then I think I will just take a break before getting the next book. The next book that is in my August TBR is Allegiant from the Divergent series. Okay, short little story here. I actually read Divergent and Insurgent a while ago, like maybe a year and a half ago, and I started Allegiant, but it just, I didn't like it. I was like, this is just not as good as Divergent, and I kind of resolved myself to the fact that I was just never going to finish Allegiant, and it just wasn't worth my time. But then a few days ago, I watched a video from a book utopia, and Sasha was talking about books that had a twist that totally blew her away, and Allegiant was on that list. I think I'm gonna give it a chance. So anyway, that's just 4 books. Oh wait, oh my god, there's a 5th one. Whew. So the 5th book that is on my August TBR is Paradise Lost. This is a classic novel, and currently it is my Everest. I started it because I wanted a book that would help me fall asleep. It's mocking me with its bookmark, but it's not a book where you can like stop reading in the middle of a chapter. It's so boring, but I just feel like I need to finish it so I can say that I've read it. So anyway, that's on my TBR. That's all. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. And also, comment below, let me know if you've read any of the books that I read in July, and I want to know your thoughts on them, and we can maybe have a little discussion. And also, let me know if you've read any of the books I plan on reading in August. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye! I feel a hair. Don't you hate when you feel a hair? Oh, I found it! Yay!